What is up, guys? Today we're going to be comparing the OnePlus 7 Pro to the iPhone 11. So pretty interesting. You can pick this up for around $550 to $600, the 7 Pro, and the iPhone 11 you can pick up for around $700. So both phones have a really premium design. You have a glass back on the 7 Pro, triple camera setup, OnePlus logo, and it's got a really nice weight to it. It just feels really good in the hand. It's a very thin phone. Now you have the power button and you have a mute switch on the 7 Pro, and then you have the volume rockers on this side of the phone. Down below you also have the USB Type-C and the single 5-inch speaker. Down below you have USB Type-C and you also have dual speakers on here. On the iPhone you have the same premium design, have a glass back, metal railings on here. You've also got the mute switch, volume rockers. You've also got the power button, dual camera setup, the charging port along with the stereo speakers. Now when you turn the display on, you can see the huge difference. You have a no notch full display on the OnePlus 7 Pro thanks to the pop-up selfie camera. It is a fluid AMOLED display. It's a 6.67 inch display, so it's a very big smartphone. 1440p display. You have a 516 for the PPI. It is a 90 Hz display, so it's extremely smooth compared to the iPhone. It just feels like buttery smooth. It's one of the smoothest phones that you'll feel. Once you do 90 Hz, it's really hard to go back to 60 Hz. Now with the iPhone, you have a smaller 6.1 inch liquid retina display. It is a 720p plus display, 326 for the PPI, and it is a really nice display. It's bright. It's just nowhere near as good looking as the OnePlus 7 Pro. It's just not as color accurate. It's just not as thin with the bezels and stuff like that. You can see there's minimum bezels on the 7 Pro. It's just a really beautiful device. And the iPhone, to me, with this notch, is just not the prettiest device. From the front, you just have bigger bezels, the big, notch. It's just not as pretty as the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now you'll be able to see that with watching videos. As you can see, it's just a huge difference, guys. Watching videos, the experience on the OnePlus 7 Pro versus the iPhone, it's like night and day. As you can see with the huge notch, the bigger bezels, it really feels like you're holding just a display in your hand, and plus you have that higher PPI in 1440p versus 720p. You will notice instantly. And also the OnePlus 7 Pro is more color accurate. It's just overall a beast. It kills the iPhone in almost every aspect when it comes to the display. Now you have dual speakers on both, so let's go ahead and see which one is better. So the iPhone 11 again is just louder, and I think it's because you have those two dedicated speakers at the bottom, and on the OnePlus 7 Pro you have that one, and then the earpiece acts as a speaker, so it's just not as good as those two bottom ones because it just sounds louder and a little bit more fuller. Yeah, it's definitely louder. Now with the iPhone 11 you have iOS 13.2 along with the Apple A13 Bionic chip. You do not have expandable storage, 64 gigs of storage and 4 gigs of RAM. You also have, now with the 7 Pro, you have Android 10 on top of Oxygen OS 10. You have the Snapdragon 855 along with the Adreno 640. You also do not have expandable storage, but you have 128 gigs of storage on here, so you do have more storage on the 7 Pro along with 6 gigs of RAM for the base model. So as far as performance, they're both extremely smooth, but like I said, the OnePlus 7 Pro is just going to feel a little bit more smoother. So let's go ahead and run a quick speed test. Go ahead and clear out all the applications, and let's just go ahead and launch YouTube. 3, 2, 1. The iPhone beat it there. Let's go ahead and try the Play Store. If I can find it. 3, 2, 1. 7 Pro beat it there. Let's launch your cameras. 3, 2, 1. Pretty much the same. Let's go ahead and try Call of Duty Mobile. 3, 2, 1. So as you can see, that A13 chip pretty fast, but they do optimize apps a little bit better on iOS. So you know, you do have that advantage on there. Now let's talk about cameras. So with the 7 Pro, you have a 48 megapixel wide and 8 megapixel telephoto. And you also have a 16 megapixel ultra wide, shoots in 2160p. The pop-up camera is 16 megapixel and shoots in 1080p. With the iPhone 11, you have a dual camera setup, a 12 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide, shoots in 2160p, a 12 megapixel front that also shoots in 2160p. So you can shoot in higher resolution for the front camera on the iPhone. Alright, so for the cameras on here, as you can see, you're getting punchy colors with the 7 Pro. Now the iPhone does do a really good job of keeping detail in when you zoom in right here. So you are able to get just a little bit more detailed shots, which is very nice. But I prefer the colors on the 7 Pro, but if we zoom out, I just think those punchy colors are just really beautiful. And just on the Super AMOLED display, it's a little bit more color accurate and it just pops a little bit more. Now as far as indoor shots, I didn't really notice too much of a difference with the cameras. Again, I think the 7 Pro the display on here at least is just more color accurate, so you're getting more realistic colors, which I think is really nice. I just prefer kind of the brighter colors on here. Now when you get to the selfie camera, they're both extremely good. They take some really good photos. I think the iPhone is slightly a little bit more color accurate. So the iPhone's front-facing camera has been pretty impressive. I really like the camera on here. So they're both really good. You get a nice depth of field on the OnePlus 7 Pro if you use the G-Cam. But they're both really nice. You get a great selfie with both. Now both these phones have NFC, so you will be able to do mobile payments, which is great. Now you also have more ways to get into your phone on the 7 Pro. So you have Face ID, which works flawlessly. It's very nice, very secure. On the 7 Pro, you also have the pop-up camera on here that you can use for Face Unlock. But you also have the really cool fingerprint scanner, which is blazing fast. It's one of the fastest fingerprint scanners out there. I mean, it's almost instant. It's extremely impressive. I really love it. I wish the iPhone had the fingerprint scanner. Now, the battery situation on both these phones are pretty interesting. So you have a 3110 milliamp battery on the iPhone 11, 18 watt fast charging, and you also have wireless charging as well. So you can get about a day and a half of battery life on the iPhone 11, no problem. Now with the OnePlus 7 Pro, you're getting a 4000 milliamp battery and you're getting a day and a half of battery life since you just have a massive display to power on. But the interesting thing with this is you do not have wireless charging on here, which I don't know why they didn't include that, but the trade-off is the 30 watt fast charging. So it's extremely fast charging this phone up. You really won't really care about the wireless charging because of how fast the phone charges. But if you're somebody that just likes to set the phone down and let it charge, then you're going to miss that feature on the 7 Pro. So thanks for watching. Which one do you guys prefer? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.